What's going on, traders? Welcome once again to Stock Options University here at Alpaca Trading. My name is Ruben. I'm going to be talking about SPY. Everyone's been asking about SPY. You guys have requested us to make this video for you. We heard you, and here I am. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about entering and exiting the positions, how to make money with this ETF, and what exactly is confirmation. What is break and hold? You can use this knowledge that I'm about to give you for every other call or put that we give you. SPY is a little bit different because it's extremely volatile. It moves up and down, and you can make a lot of money in a very short amount of time. SPY is not something that you want to necessarily hold overnight, especially not in this market. SPY is something that you will go in and out of in a matter of minutes, sometimes even seconds. So with that being said, I just want to remind you guys, if you are a beginner, I don't recommend that you guys trade SPY with real money yet. Get comfortable trading SPY by paper trading it, and then come back and start putting your hard-earned money into the plays. So before I get into the awesome stuff that I'm about to teach you that you guys are gonna love, let's talk about what SPY is. SPY is not a stock, okay? SPY, like I said before, is an ETF. An ETF is an exchange traded fund. It basically is, imagine a box and it has 500 stocks inside the box, right? I'm gonna go into this page right here. Inside SPY, we have, actually to be more exact, 506 companies. These are usually the biggest companies in the United States, top ranking companies, the ones that are the highest performers, the ones that are the flagship companies of the American economy. Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Facebook, Google, you name it, the FANGs, they're all in SPY. Why is this important to understand? Well, first and foremost, SPY is an indicator of what may happen to these stocks in the next minute, in the next 2 minutes. If SPY is shooting up, guess what else is going to shoot up? Apple, Facebook, Netflix. If SPY is going down, you bet that the same stocks are going to go down. They follow each other. So SPY is kind of like a small window into the future in regards to what those major stocks are going to do. Again, SPY is not a stock, it's an ETF. 500 stocks inside a box, all working together, doing their own thing individually. All right, that's it. With that, let's get straight to it. I have drawn a line of resistance right here and a line of support. This is from December 11th, 2018. KLOP put out an alert at 6:37 in the morning. Here in the West Coast, 9:37 in the morning, New York time, so right after the market opened. She said SPY call if it breaks over 267.76, which is right here, and SPY put if it breaks below 267.32. Now, what does that mean? It just means that you guys have to wait until the stock breaks and hold over those numbers. I'm going to focus today mostly and specifically on a SPY put because that's what happened today. SPY, as you guys can see here from the previous day, it opened really high compared to the last day, and eventually it just kind of came crashing down, right? So what is confirmation? Confirmation is when a candle breaks through, in this case, the support, okay? But confirmation can happen in two ways. It either has to happen with two bear candles, so it's important, two red candles, one opening, the second one in this case, like this one over here, opening below the first one, okay? So is this confirmation right here? No, because yeah, did it break support? Yes, but look, we have a green bull candle fighting the bears. That is not confirmation, okay? This right here at around 9:49, you saw a red candle shoot through support and another red candle open below this one. This right here is what we call confirmation, okay? Another way that confirmation happens is right over here. Look at this red what we call a bear, an engulfing bear candle. If you compare the size of this candle with all the other ones, it is just basically in 1 minute going from 267.41 all the way down to 267.03, which is almost 40 cents. That is a lot in the SPY world. So if you see a giant candle just shoot through the support like that, that is also a sign for you to enter. You compare it with the increase in volume down here, okay, compared to all the other volumes here. This is what happened. That's confirmation. So remember, is this confirmation right here? Absolutely not. Is this confirmation right here? No. Did it break through support? Yes, but it continued with a bull candle. So yes, it broke support. It did not confirm. So this is not where you want to enter. Where you want to enter is somewhere around here or here. And as you can see, the stock went down. Now, here is a perfect example of, and I'm sure you're asking yourself this question, well, hey, Ruben, what's going on? If that's confirmation, then why on earth did the stock just go back up? I mean, isn't this supposed to continue down and fill this gap? No, it's not. And let me explain why and why you need to be patient and why you need to trust the process. In the words of Mike Shaw himself, whenever in this case, SPY breaks through that key support, right? What do you think is going to happen with the bulls? They're going to be like, how about no? We don't like this. We want it to go straight back up, and we're going to fight these guys to try to get the stock to shoot through that resistance. Okay? Resistance of 267.76. Look at what happened. The stock eventually started going up, and once it hit the resistance, boom, resistance rejected. The bulls lost, the bears won, and look at what happened to SPY. Boom, 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 all the way down here. Okay? So you have to trust the process. If confirmation happens, it may not continue going down right away, but because it broke that key support, eventually it will. And as you can see, it did. And over the course of the day, it just went straight down. So let's talk a little bit more about how we can kind of get a gauge of what SPY is going to be doing in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour. How did I know that SPY was eventually going to do this? How did I know over here that SPY was eventually going to continue crashing down? Well, look at what's happening first and foremost at the start of the rejection of this resistance. The resistance is rejected, the stock goes down, and then it goes back up. But look at what happens, guys. The new high is lower than the old high. You see that? It's not going back up to the resistance anymore. Look at this next wave right here. It is closing lower than the previous one right here. Even if it's by 10 cents, it's still closing lower. And what happens after? 1, 2, 3 lower highs, boom, stock falls, goes below the EMA line, and it just continues to fall. Somewhere over here, it tries to go back up, gets rejected, right? This and this right here, the so-called new highs are lower than this, and this. So that, excuse me, that basically tells you guys that the stock is in a downtrend. It is creating lower highs. If it has done that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I mean, it just keeps going, right? Trust the trend. SPY is going to continue going down. Does that mean hold your position from, 10 a.m. all the way to 12:20? No, don't do that, okay? Because it's a stock market. Weird things happen, okay? Take your profit when you can. Whenever SPY goes down this much right here, I mean, if you're going with 10 contracts, you're making $400. So just don't get greedy. Take the profit. You can always re-enter. Okay. What we do during the SPY buys, like when you go into the channel that Kayla runs, she will post intraday new support and new resistance numbers for SPY, especially if SPY has been consolidating over an extended period of time, such as right over here. Okay, it's trying to figure out what it's going to do. Okay, again, I knew that even though it's consolidating here, I knew that SPY was going to continue going down because of these this trend of hitting lower highs each time. And as you can see, lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay, so it just means when the stock is trying to shoot back up, it will be rejected by a lower high. It's a downtrend. Okay, so that basically explains how we trade SPY. A couple of key things that I want to remind you guys. SPY is not a play for a beginner trader. I do not recommend you go in with real money if you're just starting out with SPY. Trade SPY over a week or 2 weeks in the paper trading account, and then once you're confident with how quick it goes and how quick you have to go in and out, I mean, we're talking, you're in and out in a couple of minutes. Sometimes you're even in and out in a couple of seconds, and I'm going to talk about that as it refers to scalping. But just remember, take profit when you can. Respect those TP levels, the take profit levels that Mike and Kayla give you. And if it hits TP3, hey, take the profit. You've made your money. You can always re-enter later. Please, please, guys, remember that. That is what's going to keep you consistently, profitable. Okay? So what's scalping and how do we scalp SPY? This is more of an advanced concept. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it because the people that scalp know what they're doing. But scalping is basically when you enter and exit a position inside of the support and resistance that currently exists. So a scalp would have been entering here and exiting here, entering then again here and doing a put and exiting here. All right, going in with 30, 40 contracts and making $500 inside of these two walls. It happens so quickly. It can happen in 15, 20 seconds, okay? So scalping is basically buying when it's low and selling when it's high. And with SPY, it's very risky. If you're an advanced trader, you know what you're doing, but that is basically how a scalp works. For now, if you are just a beginner, don't worry about scalping yet. It's just going to drain your account. Trust me, it's not worth it. Get comfortable first and just kind of follow that rule behind the break and hold confirmation, which I hope I explained in this video. And also, of course, make use of the indicators, guys. Make use of the EMA line. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to us under Ask the Pros. I hope this explained everything about confirmation, the break and hold, the engulfing bear candle, such as this one right here, or to give you a better example, this one right here, this one. I mean, yes, the stock is going to go back up, but eventually it just keeps going back down. All right, so I will see you guys in the next lesson. Thank you so much for taking your time to watching this video. Feel free to ask any more questions, and I will see you guys in the next video. Please feel free to tell us what you guys want to see in the future, and we'll be happy to oblige. All right, guys, let's make sure 2019 starts and ends with a lot of money for all of you, and happy holidays, guys. I will see you guys later.